Your software should have an organizational chart. When people think about software engineering, they often think about programming languages, databases, or cloud infrastructure. Those things are important, but one of the first questions every business application has to answer is much simpler. Who is allowed to do what? A well-designed system reflects the structure of the organization it supports. Consider a few examples. In a hospital, a physician can enter diagnoses and treatment plans. A nurse can document care and administer medications. A billing specialist can process claims but should not modify clinical records. A patient should only be able to view their own information. In an e-commerce company, customers place orders. Customer service representatives manage returns. Warehouse staff fulfill shipments. Finance teams process refunds. Administrators configure the platform. Each person has a different role, different responsibilities, and different permissions. The same pattern appears in government agencies, universities, manufacturers, nonprofits, and research organizations. This is known as role-based access control, but it is about much more than security. It is about aligning software with how an organization actually operates. A thoughtful permission model helps answer questions like these. Who owns this process? Who can approve changes? Who can view sensitive information? Who is accountable for each step? How do we know who made an important decision? Systems become easier to maintain when the software mirrors the organization's real-world responsibilities instead of treating every user the same. When roles and permissions are not well defined, the problems rarely show up right away. They build slowly. At first, everyone just gets broad access, so nobody is blocked from doing their job. It feels efficient. Over time, that convenience turns into risk. Without clear boundaries, a billing specialist might be able to edit clinical notes they were never trained to interpret. A junior employee might have the same access as a department head. Nobody quite remembers why, it just accumulated over the years. Accountability breaks down first. When many people share the same broad access, it becomes difficult to know who actually made a change, approved a request, or viewed sensitive information. If something goes wrong, there is no clear trail back to a decision or a person. Errors also become more likely. People end up working inside parts of a system they do not fully understand simply because nothing stopped them from getting there. A well-defined role acts as a guardrail. It keeps people focused on the work they are trained and authorized to do. There is a compliance cost as well. Many industries, including healthcare and finance, are required to show who can access what and why. Loose permissions make audits slower, more expensive, and more stressful because the organization has to reconstruct policies that were never clearly written down in the first place. And there is a trust cost. Employees can sense when a system does not reflect how the organization actually works. Customers and patients can sense it too, especially when the wrong person has access to information that should have been private. None of this usually happens because of bad intentions. It happens because permissions were treated as an afterthought instead of a core part of the system's design. As organizations grow, clear roles become even more important. They reduce confusion, support accountability, and make it easier to introduce new capabilities, whether that is workflow automation, analytics, or artificial intelligence. Technology does not replace good organizational design. The best software reinforces it.